welcome to the Republic Positive Influencer Show with me, Tanvi Sood. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to take you through some fantastic content, a blend of content that's been put together by our positive influencers. They've worked hard to put up a rundown, which is a very interesting blend just for you. Before we get to the content that they've got this week, if you think you can be a Republic Positive influencer, head over and drop that video sample. It doesn't really matter if you've done this before or you have that secret inkling that you always wanted to be a positive force on the internet. Head over to republicpositiveinfluencer.in and drop that video sample. If WhatsApp is just easier, the number is on your screen. Send us a video and our teams will get back. Now, let's get right to the content. Now, what's the weekend about? It's about hitting that reset. It's about recharging and looking at the week ahead with renewed energy and perspective. Now, first up on the show today is positive influencer Roma Abhyankar. Roma Abhyankar is gathering her teachings from the Bhagavad Gita and disseminating a very important lesson, a lesson on mental discipline. Watch this.
If you've ever accompanied children to a park, you must have seen how excited they get. They want to play on the slides, the trampoline, the jungle gym, swings, everything, isn't it? No matter how old we get, how life matures us, we all have this inner child in us, excited and always wanting to try out something. But who is this child? And how do we take charge of this child in us? Let's find out. Namaskar. My name is Roma Abhyankar. The child within us we spoke about earlier is none other than our mind. Physically, the human mind is a complex network of muscle, neurons and cells. Its abstruse nature makes it even more difficult to fathom how it manages to help us process, think, express and have control on our emotions. The 6th Adhyay in the Bhagavad Gita is a good place to start learning a little bit more about mental discipline. Aptly titled Dhyana Yoga, the conversation between Sri Krishna and Arjun reveals the secret to having better hold on our mind and its conditioning. A stark revelation comes in the Shloka 5 of the Adhyay, where Sri Krishna tells Arjun that it is the power of your mind that alone can elevate or bring you down. Your mind can be your friend or an enemy. It is you, your intellect, that decides this for you. Uddharedat manatmanan natma namava sadayet atmaivayat manobandhur atmaiva manah. In the shloka that follows, he expounds bandhuratmatmanastasya yenat maivat manajitah anatmanastu shatrutve vartetat maiva shatruvat. What it means is that for those who've conquered their mind, it is their friend. And for those who haven't, the mind works like an enemy. Let's break this down to understand the real wisdom behind Sri Krishna's words. A calm mind is like a still lake. If the water is clear, you can see the surroundings reflected in it. But even a small leaf can alter the stillness of the lake. If you throw a rock, it'll send ripples through it and disturb the calm. A small action in our surroundings can send ripples across our life too. Our enemies are not the situations that cause us harm. Our real enemies are the emotions we feel, the reactions that build inside us when something goes wrong. Illusion, greed, anger, lust, jealousy, all reside in our mind rent-free. Harboring such ill feelings leads to us creating this enemy within us. The way to befriend your mind is through self-control. Clarity of mind comes when one establishes oneself in self-control. Remember the concept of sthita prajna? Be neutral no matter what life throws at you. When your mind is your friend, it's able to protect you from destructive behavior or impulsive choices. It helps you focus on what really matters. It guides you. But if it is your enemy, then it'll blind you from opportunities and solutions. It'll steer you towards self harm. This is how panic, insecurity, and resentment creep in. You see, we operate at two levels in life. When you operate at a base level, you're influenced by everything that happens around you. But when your mind, your senses, and your body are all aligned, you experience a state of steadiness and calmness. It's like car models. When you go to a car showroom, you have many options, right from a base model to the top end model. While most mechanisms in these cars are the same, the base model will only have the basic features. You can drive the car, no doubt, but it may not have the luxury of some of the extra features that makes the car ride smooth. All these features are only in the top end model. We want to aim to be like this top end model of the car. We want some of those extra features so that we can navigate through life easily. The top end features you should be looking for are mental clarity, wisdom, sthita prajna, detachment, self-awareness. These will ensure that you have a smooth ride in life. Dhanyavad.
Now, the IT sector has been victim to mass layoffs across the world. But it's not just the IT sector. With the coming of technological booms and innovation and AI replacing jobs across the board, across sectors, not just in India, but across the world, it's brought a deep sense of job insecurity across sectors. It's very much a reality. You probably have faced it yourself. You probably have a friend or a family member who's been a victim of receiving that pink slip. Nothing can be more devastating. But how does one deal with it? How does one gather the pieces and move on and start afresh? Positive influencer Captain Prashant Pandey tells you how in the next video.
In recent weeks, we have seen headlines we never wanted to read. TCS and many other big companies announced layoffs recently. TCS laid off 12,000 employees. For many, it's just news. But for those affected, especially young professionals, it's a life-changing shock. It feels like the end. But it can actually be the beginning of something better. You have to do emotional reset. Your feelings are valid. Shock, fear, even anger. A layoff can feel personal, but it's usually about market shifts, automation, and cost cutting. Rohan was 24 years old, felt lost after his layoff, but he learned UI, UX online and today works remotely for a European company, earning double. So first, breathe. You are more than your job title. Invoke the spirit of resilience. Then there has to be financial grounding. Before applying anywhere, get your finances in order. List essentials, the rent, food, utilities, and cut extras now. My friend Shweta did this after her layoff. It gave her the space to find the job she wanted, not just the first job available. Clarity in money leads to clarity in decisions. All you have to do now is to skill up. This is the perfect time to upgrade. You don't need an expensive degree. Skills like cloud computing, AI tools, data analytics, cybersecurity, and digital marketing are in demand. Do the micro learning. See the case of Priya, an HR professional She learned HR analytics in just 6 weeks and documented it on LinkedIn. Within 2 months, she landed a job in Singapore with a 60% pay hike. Next is networking. This is the time for networking. Update your LinkedIn headline. Actively seeking opportunities in dash dash dash. Post about your skills and learning journey. Ankit, a laid-off IT employee, reached out to 15 ex-colleagues. One introduction led to another, that led to a hiring manager, and within 2 weeks, he had an offer. Remember, opportunities often come through second-degree connections. You must broaden your horizons at this time. Don't limit yourself. Explore product, firms, startups, global, remote work, freelancing, and consulting. One developer I know got coached, freelanced on Upwork during his search and liked it so much he never went back to a 9-to-5 job. Now, this is the time to reset your mindset also. I met countless people who say my layoff was the best thing that ever happened to me. At the time, they didn't believe it. But being forced to pause, rethink, and upskill led them to better roles and better balance. If you are facing a layoff today, don't see it as a door closing. See it as the push you didn't know you needed. The world is still full of opportunities. You are still capable, valuable, and in control of your story. This is not the end. This is your relaunch.
With the onset and booming stress in everyone's life these days, sleep is seldom. We're all wearing different gadgets, whether it is apps on our phones, whether it is watches on our wrists or rings on our finger, to track our stress levels and track our sleep, neither of which are getting better in any of the parameters. But the ancient texts and the ancient practices do have answers as always. Positive influencer Shalini Modi is up next on the art of Yoga Nidra, why you need it and how you can achieve it. Watch this.
Namaste, I'm Shalini Modi, an author, and today I will talk to you about Chaturmas, one of the important events in the Hindu calendar. As the name suggests, it's 4 months of spiritual significance when Bhagwan Vishnu goes into Yoga Nidra, a state of conscious awareness which only Paramatma can be in. It starts on the 11th day of the bright side of the moon, Shukla Paksh, as per the lunar calendar. During this period, no auspicious events happen, like marriages or mundan or housewarming. Today I will tell you a story from Ramayana which connects to Chaturmas. So Bhagwan Ram had just lost Sita Ma to Ravan and he was trying to find her. He meets Sugriv, forges a friendship with the help of Hanumanji, and in lieu of killing his brother Bali, he asks for help to find Sita Ma. Sugriv then requests that since it was Chaturmas, the monsoon months, we should start the search after these 4 months. It will be very difficult for the monkeys to move around in this period. Bhagwan Ram with Lakshman rests in a cave for these months and he's tormented by the rains and with Sita not by his side. There's a whole chapter in Valmiki Ramayana which shows how sad he is. This period is for introspection, spiritual practices, fasting, and carrying out mantra jap. Many monks, Jain sadhus, Buddhists, and sannyasis all follow these months with great devotion. In fact, Jain sadhus tend to rest in villages because it's a belief that the mosquitoes and other kind of living beings increase during this period, and they can be killed by humans without realization. Therefore, they halt in villages and places where people live and dwell. They give discourses and follow a pious life. So let's see how Chaturmas connects to the start of the summer solstice, the reducing of the length of the days, the Dakshinayan as per the Hindu calendar, which is a darker side of the year, with monsoons, with no auspicious events happening. If you see, it all coincides. I feel the symbolism is to be indoors, to be restricted in confinement because the weather, shortening of the days, and with no auspicious events happening. It's an indication that you go within, you introspect, you carry out mantra jap, connect with the deity that you are connected with, fast, and also interact with sages and monks that come to your vicinity, as it is a rare occurrence, and this is the time you can ask them for spiritual guidance. Lord Vishnu too leads this path for us by going into introspection, conscious awareness, and Yog Nidra. Many people take on tasks like reading the Ramayana and completing it during these 4 months. Some even read one whole Ramayana in each month. See what you can carry out. Namaste.
How many times last week did you end the day saying, I really had a really bad day? What did you do about it before hitting the next morning? Probably nothing. And therefore you probably added on the stress and burden of one day onto the next, onto the next, onto the next, before you slumped this weekend. Now that's not the right way to do it. Who better than a doctor to tell us about how we can win our mornings? Because winning the morning, every successful person will tell you, will be how you win the day. Dr. Anshika Gupta was here last week to record some videos in the Republic studios, and she's put together the next video for you, telling you how positive mornings can change the game for you, not just in terms of physical health, mental health, but also your outlook and your winnability. Watch this.
Quick question. How many times have you checked your phone today? If you said too many to count, you're not alone. Most Indians check their phones over 80 times a day. This little habit is stealing your sleep, spiking your stress, and juggling your hormones, yet most of us don't even realize we're living in a self-made digital prison. Hi, I'm Dr. Anshika Gupta, a functional and metabolic health expert, and today I'll talk you through how screen addiction silently impacts your health and how a digital detox can help you restore balance. So why exactly are our phones so addictive? You see, every time your phone buzzes or pings with a notification, your brain gets a tiny hit of dopamine, which is your happy hormone. It's like getting a little treat for your brain, which makes you want to check your phone again and again. Apps are designed keeping this in mind, just like casinos, and that's the reason you keep going back to your phone every 12 minutes. Now let's talk sleep, or rather why so many of us aren't getting enough. A major reason for this is the blue light that our phones emit. This blue light is a signal to the body that it's daytime. This suppresses our sleep hormones and disrupts our circadian rhythm. And it's not just about the light, it's about the stimulation, that late night doom scrolling, the emails, the WhatsApp group drama. It keeps your brain in an emergency mode, unable to get restful sleep. And let's not ignore what these phones do to your body. We see a lot of neck and spine problems from looking down all day, carpal tunnel syndrome from constant typing, and eye strain that affects even children. A habit of being on screens all day is damaging us, both physically and mentally. I know you didn't sign up for this, and that's why a digital detox is the perfect way out. It's not about quitting technology, it's about using it on your own terms. It's basically the practice of taking regular breaks from screens to reconnect with real life, restore mental calm, and protect your health. And research supports this. A digital detox can help restore your sleep, improve your mood and focus, and lower your stress hormones by over 20%. And this is how you can start. Trust me, it's easy peasy and there's no rocket science. You can start by implementing the 3-2-1 rule. So 3 hours before bed, you ditch all your work emails. 2 hours before bed, you skip all the social media, and 1 hour before bed, you say no to any screens. Another really good strategy is to turn some spaces in your house into a phone-free zone, like your bedroom or your dining table. A really good hack is also to switch your phone to a black and white mode or grayscale mode, and I guarantee it will make your phone much less appealing. Also, every time you feel that urge to check your phone, take a deep breath, look outside, stretch, talk to someone, and ultimately that urge to check your phone will pass. And this by far is my most favorite thing on the list. Don't check your phone for at least an hour after waking. Start your day with intention, not distraction. So tonight, charge your phone outside your bedroom, replace that last scroll with a few minutes of gratitude journaling. Remember, your best moments happen when you're fully present, not when you're glued to a screen. Take back control, one mindful, screen-free moment at a time. I'm Dr. Anshika, helping you detox digitally and thrive naturally. Stay healthy, India.
And that's all we could pack in for you on the Republic Positive Influencer show this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did in terms of putting it together. Now, our Republic Positive Influencers would love some feedback. So there's a WhatsApp number on your screen. Send us some feedback for them and we'll relay it to them personally. Now, if you think you can be a Republic Positive Influencer, head over to www.republicpositiveinfluencer.in and drop that video sample. It really doesn't matter if you've done this before. It doesn't really matter if you're, not a influencer already or you've never faced the camera. All that matters is that you're a domain expert with the intent of being a positive force on the internet. So if you're a fence sitter, head over to the .com and drop your video sample. Our teams will get back. Thank you so much for watching and stay positive this week.